Good people don't suddenly turn cold. They get tired, tired of giving, tired of understanding, tired of being the only one trying. And one day they stop caring. Not because they want to, but because they have nothing left to give. Let's talk about something most people misunderstand. When a good person changes, everyone notices, but no one notices what broke them. People say, you've changed, but they never ask, what happened to you? Today, we're breaking down why good people become distant, silent, and eventually cold. And by the end of this video, you might realize it wasn't them who changed first. Good people give a lot. They give time, attention. They rarely receive the same energy back. At first, they ignore it. They make excuses for you, but slowly they start feeling empty. Because giving without receiving is just another form of losing yourself. There's something more painful than arguments: being ignored. When your effort is unseen, when your presence doesn't matter, when your silence goes unnoticed, that's when something inside you starts breaking. You stop explaining yourself. You stop expecting anything. And the version of you that once cared deeply starts disappearing. Patience and understanding, even when they're tired, even when they're hurting. But here's the problem. And then it happens, the switch, the moment you stop chasing, stop caring, stop reacting. People think you became cold overnight. But the truth is, you were slowly freezing while still pretending to be warm. And when you finally let go, they call you the problem. But they never saw what you went through. Here's the lesson most people learn too late. Never take a good person for granted. Because once they're done forever. They won't argue. They won't explain. They'll just walk away in silence and never look back. Not out of ego, but out of self-respect. So if you have someone in your life who truly cares, value them. Because good people don't leave easily, but once they do, they don't return. And the scariest part is they don't always leave loudly. Sometimes they leave in silence. They stop explaining. They stop reacting. They stop fighting for something they once gave everything to. Not because they stopped loving, but because they got tired of feeling like it wasn't enough. You'll notice the change, but by then, it's already too late. The calls become shorter. The replies become colder. The effort slowly disappears. And one day they're gone. No drama, no closure, no second chances, just distance and a lesson you wish you learned earlier. But here is the hard truth that no one tells you about that silence. That silence isn't just their absence. It's your mirror. When they leave without a word, it forces you to sit with the reality of what happened. It forces you to ask the question you've been avoiding. Why did I stay for so long when I was clearly alone with? See, we often think that being left in silence means we weren't important enough to fight for. We think if they really loved me, they would have argued. They would have tried. But sometimes the opposite is true. They didn't argue because they had already fought this battle in their head 1,000 times. They didn't explain because they realized words wouldn't change anything. Because as long as you are waiting for them to validate your feelings, you are still giving them power over your peace. And a good person, a person who truly values themselves, they take that power back, not with anger, but with acceptance. So what do you do now? How do you move forward when the person who knew you best becomes a stranger? You stop looking for them in other people. You stop trying to prove your worth to anyone who needs convincing. You realize that your ability to love deeply, to forgive easily, and it is not a weakness. It is your superpower. But it is a superpower that requires protection. Next time, do not give your heart to someone who treats it like an option. Give it to someone who treats it like a priority. And do not waste your energy explaining your value to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Let them go. Let them be confused. Let them wonder where you went. Because while they are wondering, you are growing. While they are stuck in the past, you are building a future where you are never an afterthought again. The silence was loud. The pain was real. But the lesson is priceless. Never let someone become comfortable with your absence by making them comfortable with your presence. Love should feel like safety, not like a puzzle you're constantly trying to solve. If they left in silence, let them stay there. Never let someone become comfortable with your absence by making them comfortable with your presence. Love should feel like safety, not like a puzzle you're constantly trying to solve. If they left in silence, let them stay there. Because chasing someone who chose to walk away only proves that you value their opinion of you more than your own peace. And here is the final truth you need to carry with you. You are not too much. You were just too much for someone who was too little emotionally mature to handle your depth, too little secure to handle your loyalty, too little worthy to handle your love. So do not shrink yourself to fit into places where you have outgrown the space. Do not lower your voice to be heard by people who refuse to listen when you were screaming inside. Your silence now, it's not emptiness, it's power. It's the sound of you finally choosing yourself. So let them wonder why you stopped texting. Let them wonder why you stopped caring. Let them wonder where you went. While they are wondering, you are healing. While they are stuck in the past, you are building a future where you are never an option again. This is MindFuel Podcast. Rebuild your worth, protect your peace, and never look back. Subscribe if you are ready to level up your mindset. See you in the next one.